The Stern-Gerlach experiment. The Stern-Gerlach experiment basically used to prove the assumptions of vector atom model, that is spinning of electrons and space quantization. Okay, so in that Stern-Gerlach experiment we have used a neutral beam of silver atoms, and this beam is sent through a non-homogeneous magnetic field produced by specially designed magnet, and we have seen, after observing the results of Stern-Gerlach experiment, that in the homogeneous magnetic field the beam of electron travels in a straight line direction and only a single trace is produced. But when the homogeneous magnetic field is used in place of, sorry, in when the non-homogeneous magnetic field is used in place of the homogeneous field, the atoms got divided into two directions, thereby forming the two traces on the screen, which predicts or which gives the proof of existence of the spinning of electrons, as the electrons moves along two directions due to the two kinds of spin motions in an atom. Now, as far as the single electron is concerned, for the single electron there are individual orbital motion of electron is there, as well as individual spin motion, and these there is a interaction between individual orbital and the spin motion. The kind of interactions which are produced in the atoms are very weak, and these interactions are responsible for producing the total values of quantum numbers for the whole atom. In many electron atoms, there are various kinds of or various ways of producing the resultant value of total angular momentum. These different ways or the small or weak magnetic interactions that are exist in atom, that are called coupling schemes. Coupling schemes, as the interactions among electrons or interactions specially between the orbital and the spin motion are having a very less value. These interactions are very weak. Now, depending upon the atomic number or the nuclear charge, the two kinds of interactions are available in the atoms. We know the behavior of atoms and smaller particles is well described by the theory of quantum mechanics. According to this theory, each individual particle has intrinsic angular momentum. They are called spin angular momentum and the orbital angular momentum. They are arise due to the existence of two kinds of motions in an atom. And as we have discussed from the theory of vector atom model, that the entire configuration of electron in an atom can be described by the set of four quantum numbers. that are principal quantum number, orbital quantum number, spin quantum number, and the magnetic orbital quantum number. Also, the collection of particles has individual angular momenta, which on interacting with each other gives the angular momentum of whole atom. Here one thing should be noted that the small letters, that is small l, s and j, they are refers to a single electron or individual electron, and when the capital letters are used, they gives the values for the values of respective angular momentum of the whole atom containing many electrons. Okay, so as I have told you, in atomic physics, this weak magnetic interaction between spin motion and orbital motion that are spontaneously taking place, they are called coupling schemes, and this interaction is very much responsible for describing the details of atomic structure. We can get a more clear picture of atom by knowing or by studying the interactions or weak magnetic interactions that are exist in an atom among the various electrons, and depending upon the nuclear charge contained by atom, the weak magnetic interactions are mainly divided into two types, that are LS coupling or Russell-Saunders coupling, and the second one is the JJ coupling. As the name mentioned here, LS concerned with the capital L. Capital S means the interaction between total orbital angular momentum of atom and total spin momentum of atom. And in the second coupling, the small j letters are mentioned there, which indicates the interaction among total angular momentum of all individual electrons in an atom. So first of all, move towards the first kind of coupling scheme, that is LS coupling. So this LS coupling is, I have already mentioned about it, that the it is exist for lighter atoms having atomic number less than 40. So for lighter atoms, the electron spin, here small s is mentioned there as a spin angular momentum of single electron. What happens in the lighter atoms? The electrons spin interact among themselves so as to form a total spin angular momentum capital S of an atom. That means suppose a particular atom has 10 electrons, then the spin angular momentum of all these 10 electrons, that is S1, S2, S3 and up to S10, they interact among themselves so as to form the resultant spin angular momentum of atom. That means if the spin angular momenta of all the tail electrons are in same direction, then obviously we get a total spin quantum number or total spin angular momentum of atom as 10 into a spin of single electron, that is half. So 10 into half, that will be the resultant value of spin angular momentum of the atom. But we know there are two kinds of spin motions are possible in an atom. So depending upon the direction of orientation or direction of the spin, the resultant value is either 0 or integer or half integer, depending upon the number of electrons present in an atom and the direction of orientation of the spin. Also, in lighter atoms, the orbital angular momentum small l of individual electrons, they again interact themselves so as to form total orbital momentum of atom, that is capital L. Means in lighter atoms, the individual spin angular momenta interact among themselves so as to form the resultant spin angular momentum of the atom. Also, the individual orbital angular momenta interact among themselves so as to form a total orbital angular momentum of atom. Means here the interaction is exist between individual spin angular momenta and individual orbital angular momenta so as to give you the resultant values of total spin angular momentum and total orbital angular momentum. Okay, and then the resultant values of spin and orbital angular momenta which are formed due to the interaction among individual spin and individual orbital angular momenta, then these two vectors couple together to form total angular momentum capital J of an atom. Means here initially the individual spins and individual orbital angular momenta or orbital motions are interacted among themselves so as to form the total values of S and L, and finally S and L couple together to form a total angular momentum capital J of an atom. Every time when the main electron atoms are concerned, our aim is to find out the total angular momentum possessed by atom containing number of electrons. So to obtain the value of J, there are these two ways. Okay, so this interaction between capital L and capital S means total orbital and total spin angular momentum is called Russell-Saunders interaction or Russell-Saunders coupling or simply LS coupling. Okay, so it is about the LS coupling scheme. Secondly, when this scheme is when the LS coupling is possible, now there are following equation which shows how the total quantum number or total angular momentum quantum number of atom is formed. So the simple equation or the simple LS coupling is shown in the following equation as J equal to L plus L S. Here J or the total quantum number is the vector sum of orbital and spin quantum number. Also, the values of capital L and capital S are obtained as, see the equations on the slide, L equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 and so on up to plus Ln. Here plus sign is mentioned as plus means it is the sum of individual orbital angular momenta, but not a simple sum, it is a vector sum. Means here the direction of orbital vectors, individual orbital vectors also matters in this case, and that will decide the resultant value of capital L. Okay, as we know, in presence of the magnetic field, the orbital motion or the electronic orbits are oriented in various directions depending upon the values of principal quantum number and values of the orbital quantum number. Whenever we consider electron in a s orbital, then it has only single orientation is possible. As far as the electron in p orbital is concerned, there are three possible orientations in this space are possible. So depending upon the orientation of the orbits of electron in this space, the values of L1, L2, L3 and Ln are affected, and that will affect the value of capital L. Similarly, there are two possible orientations of the spin. So either the spin quantum values of spin quantum number are plus half or minus half depending upon the spin of electrons. So that will decide the value of capital S. Okay, and finally after obtaining the values of capital L and capital S, see the figure. As per the figure, that means from the law of or vector law of the triangle, according to vector law of triangle, the value of capital J is obtained. Here capital L shows the vector of or vector value of atom. Again, capital S is the vector showing the total value of spin angular momentum of the atom. They are aligned in two different directions. So the resultant value of capital J is shown by the arrow shown in yellow color. So in this way, values of capital J for the atom are obtained. So let us see the characteristics of LS coupling. For LS coupling, or we may say that the conditions for LS coupling, we can say see that here the LS for LS coupling, all the three quantum numbers, that is capital L, capital S and capital J, should be quantized. All are having discrete values, not the continuous values. Discrete allowed values are required for the less coupling. Again, the value of total orbital angular momentum quantum number capital L are always integers including 0. As we know, the values of L ranging from 0 up to n minus 1, depending upon the position of electron in a particular orbit. Okay, so whenever we consider electron in a first shell, it is having a value of n minus 1, that is 1 minus 1 means 0. Again, for electron in a p orbital, the value of L will be 1 2 3 4 and so on. So values of L should be integer values as far as the LS coupling is concerned. Okay, secondly, the value of, see the third point, total value of total spin quantum number is either integer or half integer. Here the value of total quantum number are either, total spin quantum number are either integer or spin or the half integer. See here, when the integer values are obtained, suppose a particular atom has two electrons, and these two electrons, suppose they align in one direction, therefore the value of total spin quantum number will be half plus half plus half means plus 1. If they are aligned in opposite direction, so their values, total value will be plus half minus plus half, that is equal to 0. If a particular atom has 3 electrons or 5 electrons or so on, odd number of electrons, then among the these 3 electrons, 2 may be aligned in one direction and other will be, a third will be in another direction. That means the resultant value will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, that is plus half. Okay, if the two electrons in opposite direction, one in a single direction, so plus half minus half means its value will be minus half and so on. If the three electrons are aligned in a same direction, there then their value will be plus half plus half plus half. So it is equal to 3 by 2 value of S, total value of the spin quantum number. Means if the particular atom has even number of electron, then its value will be integer values including 0, and if it has odd number of electrons, then its value will be half integer values. Okay, that means for the LS coupling, the values of S, capital S, should be either integers or half integers. Again, the fourth point will be total, the value of total angular momentum quantum number is always positive. In spite of their direction of the spin motion, the value of J should be always positive. Means we can take the simplest case of the single electron atom. For the single electron, if we consider the single electron atom, then for the single electron, value of capital L will be 0. Again, as the single electron oriented in a clockwise direction, means value of spin quantum number will be plus half. So value of total quantum number, that is J equal to L plus S, means 0 plus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2, means it is positive. It is always very valid for any number of electrons present in an atom. That means the value of capital J should be always positive. Again, as we have earlier mentioned that the LS coupling generally takes place for light atoms only, because at as the mm, atomic number or the nuclear charge increases, the the interaction between individual orbital and individual spin motions are decreases, or they tries to decouples. Finally, the selection rules for LS coupling are: though the in lighter atoms, the LS coupling frequently happens, but the spectral lines after the transitions are often for which capital delta L should be equal to plus minus half or plus minus 1. That is, though the transitions are possible, but the spectral lines are observed for which delta L should be plus minus 1. Means during a transition, if the value of total orbital quantum number changes by 1, either increases by 1 or decreases by 1, then only those spectral lines are observed, or those spectral lines are allowed spectral lines. Okay, so it is the selection rule for L. Then for S, those spectral lines are observed for which delta S should be 0. That means the transition among the energy levels for which there will be no change in the value of spin quantum number are only allowed transitions. Means the transition from plus half to plus half is allowed, transition from minus half to minus half is allowed, but all the transitions from plus half to minus half or minus half to plus half, these transitions are not allowed by the selection rule. These are the forbidden transitions. Though the LS coupling is happen for all the atoms, but whenever these selection rules are satisfied, then only those lines will be observed. Again, the selection rule for J is only those spectral lines are observed for which the value of delta J, that is value of total orbital, total quantum number, either changes by 1 or by 0. Means the value of J should be, delta J should be plus minus 1 or 0. Okay, so these are the characteristics or the conditions for conditions for happening of the LS coupling. Okay, now move toward the next coupling, that is JJ coupling. It is observed for the heavier atoms, where the atomic number of atoms is more than 40. So in the heavier atoms, what happens? The situation of interaction is somewhat different than that of the LS coupling. For the heavier atoms or the atoms with large nuclear charge, the spin orbit interaction is much superior than the spin spin interaction or orbit orbit interaction. Means here for the higher heavier atoms, the interaction among individual spins or individual orbital angular momenta are comparatively weak as compared to the interaction between spin and orbital motion. Okay, so in this situation, each orbital angular momentum of the individual atom, that is small l, tends to combine with the corresponding spin angular momentum small s of the that particular electron, thereby forming individual total angular momentum, that is small j, not the capital J. Means here a single electron's orbital and spin motion interacted with each other, thereby forming the total angular momentum of the single electron. Total angular momentum of single electron, that is small g. In this way, all the electrons, the orbital and spin motions interacts with each other, thereby forming the various values of total angular momentum quantum number, that is J1, J2, J3 and so on. And finally, all the individual total angular momentum quantum numbers. Listen carefully. Here the words are nearly similar because the angular momentum is the total angular momentum, the spin angular momentum, orbital angular momentum, and so on there. After obtaining the individual total angular momentum of each electrons, they finally couple together to form the total angular momentum capital J of an atom. Here capital J is the value of total angular momentum of atom. Its values of small j, that is J1, J2, J3 and so on. These are the values for single electrons, individual electrons. Okay, means here initially the single electrons orbital and spin motion interacts with each other, thereby forming the individual total quantum number or total angular momentum. In this way, all the electrons will produce their total angular momenta, and finally these total angular momenta of various electrons couple together to form the total angular momentum of an atom. So such type of coupling is called JJ coupling. Here in a JJ coupling, various or number of J, small j, that is number of total angular momentum of various electrons will be coupling to each other, thereby forming the capital J. Okay, now see the process of JJ coupling. In this coupling, each electron in an atom is considered separately, because here the individual orbital and individual spin motions couples with or interacts with each other, means in this case we treat each electron separately. Again, the contribution of each electron to the total angular momentum is obtained first by considering the individual spin and orbital angular momentum vector of each atom, that is small j equal to small l plus small s. Then the total angular momentum capital J of an atom is given by vector combination of total angular momentum of all electrons. Therefore, the entire process can be written as capital J equal to L1 plus S1 in the second bracket plus L2 plus S2 plus in the third bracket L3 plus S3 and so on. And each bracket describes or indicates the single electron. Okay, and after coupling of L1 and S1, or by considering the interaction of L1 and S1, we get the equation as capital J equals to J1 plus J2 plus J3 plus J4 and so on up to Jn. In this way, capital J of an atom is obtained. Okay, here there will be no role of the capital L and capital S. So the selection rules in this case for capital L and capital S are remains undefined. There will be these rules were no longer applicable in this case, because we have mentioned in the previous coupling that capital L should have integer or zero value, capital S should have zero value and so on. All these rules are not applicable in this case, because here we will produce individual J values. So the selection rules for JJ coupling are, here delta J1 equal to 0 or plus minus 1, means those transitions are allowed for which delta J1 equal to either equal to 0 or plus minus 1. At this time delta J2 should be 0. Here J1 correspond to this one electron, J2 correspond to second electron. Here delta J1 means the value of total quantum number for one electron or one electronic energy level, and J2 correspond to the another level where the transition is taking place. Okay, means the for obtaining the spectral lines or for observing the spectral lines, the value of J for one electron should be either changes by 0 or 1. At this time, the value of J for the second electron should be 0. or the second rule is, if delta J2 equal to 0 or plus minus 1, delta J1 should be 0. Okay, means whenever we consider the two electronic levels, then the electrons in first level, if the value of J it changes by 0 or plus minus 1, at this time the value of J for the second electronic level should be changes by 0. Okay, and vice versa. So these are the two selection rules. Now it is about the two coupling schemes which we have discussed today. Now I think only 5 minutes are remaining. You can ask me here any if you have any doubts.